I mean,
And so I got this one right here. Judge temporarily blocks Trump's policy that aimed at freezing federal grant funding. A federal judge temporarily blocked a Trump administration policy Tuesday that aimed to review grants and loans to ensure that they complied with his priorities, which lawmakers and legal experts blasted as unconstitutional. The lawsuit challenged the policy announced in President Donald Trump's second week back in office, hit the docket less than 24 hours after news of the policy became public. U.S. District Judge Loren AliKhan ordered the Trump administration not to halt grant funding until at least February 3rd, when another hearing will be held on the dispute. The judge said her temporary ruling was intended to maintain the status quo. It does not block the Trump administration from freezing funding into new programs or require it to restart funding that have already ended. So let me just read off really quick what was going to be taken from you. So he was gonna freeze. It was gonna be Medicaid, school breakfast, lunch programs, Section 8 rental assistance, Title I education grants, TANF, that's temporary assistance for needy families, state grants for childcare, Head Start, the special supplement nutrition
nutrition.
program for women, infants, and children. That's called WIC. Department
Mhm.
of Housing and Urban Development Community Development Block Grant Program, and the EPA grant for clean water infrastructure. And I have people on my Facebook. I ain't gonna call you out because you ain't that special, but you know who you is. You was celebrating this, and I'm looking at you like you fool. He gonna take your house away from you. You on Section 8.
Isn't
I
it?
talked to a partner of mine that works for the Department of Social Services and Health, and she said, "Yo, the food stamps and all the stuff, the individual stuff that they do there, the food stamps is fine right now. They were gonna know by 5 o'clock if something bad was gonna happen. But what they did, they had to make sure they called someone in and hired them right then and there because they wouldn't be able to hire nobody after that."
This is how I look at it. I mean, we look at everything that's happening. Who else is being affected? Except for poorer people.
Poor
This is
people.
this isn't just about. I'm not just going to call just say this is just for just
No, that's
affecting
not
black
black and white.
people.
They
I'm
make you
saying
think that.
poor people have been affected. We talk about black issues. We keep things about black issues because they do pertain to us, and someone needs to speak out about it. We don't get fair representation within the news cycles, or it's not being even if they're talking about it, they're not talking about it from a realistic standpoint of how we see it. However, this is about attack on poor. When they told you he want to cut $2 trillion from the budget, he wasn't talking about cutting anything from the budgets that go towards these grants and stuff. These aren't government contracts which go to the wealthy. These are grants and things that go to the poor. He's trying to cut your basically take your food from your kids' mouths, the food money that we pay for. I mean, we that's our money that's going into this budget right here. Where do you want to put it? You want to, I'm saying, where else should it go? I heard it was a guy, a Florida congressman, Republican. He said that all these kids getting all these free lunches. What are they doing during the summertime? Are they working?
He
What's
said
going
they
on? They
should be
should be
working
having.
at McDonald's. I saw
He
that.
said they
Yeah.
should be working at McDonald's. This guy is crazy. He said I worked the whole time when I was younger before they had child labor laws. So what are you advocating for? That we get rid of child labor laws? They don't want you
Well,
to
in certain
focus on
states, they've already. I
education.
think it's Ohio. They already got
I mean,
rid of child labor laws.
they don't want you to focus on education. Just like JD Vance said, their education system, they're trying to get rid of that. They don't want us to be educated because you know why? Because the uneducated voted for them. That's who they can sway. The person who's uninformed and uneducated, who doesn't know anything about who a lot of times we talk about things. I have conversations with friends of mine and they say, well, people who go to school, most of the professors are very liberal. I said, but that's because they're learned. That's why, because they have an understanding of how things
How
work
the world
together.
works, how
Yeah,
everything
you know what I
works.
mean? Like that's what makes you probably a little more okay, partial because I have an understanding. I'm able to see things differently. I'm able to see how things are interconnected.
Yeah.
That's why when you tell a person, they can send them down to El Salvador for $3,000 and they say something like that, it tells you like, okay, are you looking at the other consequences behind this, or you just don't care? And it's better for you not to care because it helps you and whatever you got going on personally within yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly. And so this is just to me, man, it's they're attacking people who are poor, and that's just what's going on. Period, plain and simple. If we don't see that, and if and honestly, the poor people voted for him.
No, the
That's
poor
who
people
voted.
they're seeing it now because when they got the federal funding when he tried to block all that funding, they were like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? When I started telling people what that meant, they were like, wait, whoa, what? Really? Really? Can you figure that out? You can see people, they were like, yo, I mean, that's a lot of, think about Medicaid. The systems, they already shut the systems down in all 50 states. Bills couldn't get paid. Your grandparents are on Medicaid, fool. You know what I'm
Let me
saying?
let me
Disabled people are on
yeah.
Medicaid.
look at this. Look at it from this perspective as well. When we look at black people, we are as far as household wealth, we're at the bottom of the list of all the different races in
Yeah.
America. We're at the bottom of the list, and so when you start cutting off, like a basketball player, Gilbert Arenas once said, he was like, you know what, most of my friends, they all talked about what are you going to do when you get your first money. They're going to buy their parents a house, right? He said other white players never have to say that because that's not what they have to do. Their parents are already sitting in a situation to where they don't have to buy their parents a house. I'm not saying it's a perfect science. It's always like this, but it's majority. So,
Yeah.
okay, look at it from this perspective. So a black household, say a person who does have a decent job. You think he doesn't have a bunch of family members who are asking him for money? And this is what keeps black wealth from growing because you're always pushing wealth backwards. You can't push it forward. You know what I mean? And this is so things like this are going to hurt us the most.
Well,
Because
it's
at the
actually
end of
going
the
to hurt the
day,
people around us, and
yeah,
that's what a lot
but
of people, your parents don't understand. Like you may think that your kids are doing well. You may think, hey, oh yeah, my kid's fed. He's good. But there's kids around him that are going to starve. When I was a little kid, I remember there was kids in my class, and we'd sit there and it'd be lunchtime, and we'd come back with our lunches, and that one kid just be sitting there.
yeah,
Be like, hey, you ain't got no food? They be like, nah, my parents didn't pack me a lunch today. So I'm like, oh man, here, I take my fries. I don't want these. Here, have my burger. I don't want this. Take my milk. We looked out for each other, but I never forgot that. You know what I'm saying? I never forgot when I knew a little girl in
absolutely.
school and her parents we were trying to raise money at the school. You know what I'm saying? And at Skateland, so this girl could pay for this operation because her parents didn't have insurance. You know what happened? She died because they never got enough money. And that
Yeah.
stuck with me. So I guess that makes me a different person because I care. But a lot of people, that's what you're going to see now. You're going to see a lot of people that aren't going to be able to pay for their medical bills, and they're going to die. Like Elon Musk said it. You're going to see a lot of children starving. If that's what you want, random kids you don't know, random people you don't know, just because you don't like a certain kind of way. Some people think that you don't fucking know. You're okay with them dying. And that's why I be telling you, bro. I be like, evil people like that in the world shouldn't be fucking living around us at
I mean,
all.
at the end of the day,
We can't be a
it's
dystopia when we're still living in the Stone Age of everyone should be shitty because my life is shit.
okay. And that
All right. Technical difficulties, just like the health website. But like I'm saying, man, you know, people need to realize they don't. There's people that just did one policy votes. There was one thing they liked he was talking about and they picked it. They did no research. They don't care. And so now they're gonna watch people suffer. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna watch. There's people that are gonna sit there. You're gonna watch your mama suffer. You're gonna watch your brother and sister suffer. You're gonna watch your uncle suffer because you decided that's what you wanted to vote for.
Yep. I mean, and so at the end of the day, man, we got to really start understanding that it's when people say certain things, believe them. Stop sitting here. All right, everything's a joke with us, man. Everything's a game with us. Our Uncle Trump and all this other weird stuff that we got to be talking about all the time. You know what I mean? We got to stop being the class clown all the time about things. Start taking things a lot more seriously. We believe that politics don't affect us. Now you're seeing that politics affects you firsthand. You know what I mean? Or if it's not affecting you directly, it's going to affect people around you, which will affect you firsthand. Like I said earlier, when wealth doesn't get passed forward a lot of times in our community, it's starting to happen now, but this is going to pull us back even further. And with the advent with AI coming right here around the corner, there's not going to be those factory jobs people can go out and get. Everyone's
Yeah.
saying that they can go get these jobs. They should go do this and that. You know, they got people right now. They're talking about people should go out into the fields and start working. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the migrants are no longer coming into work.
Yeah, they're not showing up. They're catching them at other locations. You
You
know
know
what
what
I'm
I mean?
saying?
So where do you think this
Coming
is
into
leading
work.
back to? I mean, they're pushing the poor towards where the poor should be. This is what they're doing. This is who this person is. All you guys went out and voted for him. The majority of poor, uneducated voted for this person. Majority of you went out and voted for him, lock, stock, and barrel, happy as hell to do so. And now he's showing you who he is. He's
Well,
going to
some
take
of some
away.
this is what they wanted. They want to strike. The whole thing is like this, bro. It's like some people just want to strike fear in others. You know what I'm saying? They want that proudness that they used to feel that their grandfathers used to tell them. Oh, in America, we ran this. Nobody got in our way. No one did this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you hate. I mean, there's a lot of people that her lives are just shitty lives.
Yeah,
And then for them, all they want is to make everyone else's life shittier than theirs. You know how that is. Like you'll be somewhere hanging out, and that one person will come in there and they'll just piss everybody off. Just start messing with everybody,
that's
talking
that's
shit,
that's
being
MAGA.
loud.
That's MAGA right there
Yeah.
in a
Yeah,
nutshell.
because
That's
they're
their
upset.
whole
They're
entire
like,
movement.
yeah, they're like, I don't want nobody else to be happy. My happiness is to make you feel like shit.
Yeah, absolutely. You
You
know what I
know,
mean? And so, and it's a fact. I mean, because you can see it. They're like, oh, a mean tweet, blah blah blah. But in reality, you guys are just uneducated. That's why you guys don't have rational conversations. It's hard for you to. That's why you always have to call a name or something else. And that doesn't matter if you call names. I know what you're really about. You're soft. I'm not one of those bleeding heart liberals that you're going to play with in real life because you won't. I won't allow that.
I just
But
don't
at the
like how
same time,
they fake racist. Go ahead, bro, kill them.
no, they're super racist. They're super racist. It's real deal.
It's
It
no, it's
is what
fake
it is.
racism.
And then yeah, what you go ahead, explain what you
I
mean by
get
that.
upset. It's like, like what's it? Elon Musk threw up a Nazi sign. We all know he threw up a Nazi sign. You know what I'm saying? Live by it. Be like, yeah, I did it. What?
Absolutely, it's
What?
the time. It's the time to do it. You're over in Germany trying to
Exactly.
basically
Why are they
enact
still
another
saying
Nazi
things?
movement.
That's not what I meant. No, stand up with it. Say it
Yep,
with your chest.
absolutely. And this is just how I see things right now. We're really gonna have to like keep pushing on these subjects, man, because it's right in our face, man.
Yeah.
We haven't heard him come with one thing that's been a positive towards people. He's taken away, different drug pricing laws that were put in place, reductions for seniors, taking it away, but it hasn't added anything. You haven't added any value anywhere. Everything you've done has been destructive. But they're like, oh yeah, MAGA, they're so happy to see it. But it's really they're not happy because they're not they're not getting anything out of it. Not you personally, other than the satisfaction. That's all you ever wanted. You didn't want anything else. You just want to feel like you're somebody who you're not again, because your population is only 7% of the global population. You're finished. Everyone knows it.
And I've told you this before.
It's
If
provable.
you know it's over and you know it's finished, you might as well decide burn it all down while you make as much
Absolutely.
money as you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.